All right. So, I get this set up with saddle stitching, which is how you sew leather together, unless you're lazy and have a machine. Yeah. So this is Ritza Tiger thread. It's like poly thread. It's kind of flat, wound. It's braided, and it's waxed. This is a needle, and it's pretty easy because these needles are kind of big heads. So once you get it pulled through, about an inch from the end, you pierce back through it, and then pull it through. Whoop, and there. That's not going to come out. Some people loop it through twice. Never had anything come loose with the way that I do it, so I'm not going to waste time. And then you do the same on the other end of the thread. Voila. Oh. One thread, two needles. Now to get started, I don't use, a lot of people use a stitching pony. I don't really find it to be necessary. Let me get in a good spot here to show you. So basically, what we're going to do is, sorry, I'm horrible at this part. Oh, my coffee. Batman is the coolest. Okay, so you have a project here, and I'll get set up here in a second. Okay, then you have your two pieces, your two needles. I like to go, for some reason, I'm sure there's a science behind this, but for some reason, this is the side that I punched through, and this is the other side of that. For some reason, whenever you punch through the side, the exit wound, as I like to call it, both sides come out looking a lot better. If you go through this side first, it kind of looks janky on this side. So I'm gonna try to do this while on camera. What I'll do is I'll stick one in, stick the other in. Sorry, this is horrible. There we go. There's two. Okay, that's better. There's two. Pull them both through. And there's your first stitch. So basically, when you first get started, it's kind of annoying because the threads are a bit long, but we can work with that. What we want to do here is, so on the back, you have the two coming out. What you want to do is take the one from the left, kind of cross it over the top of the one on the right, take that needle, and you're going to go through that same hole that one on the right is coming through. Pull it through, give it a little tug. Then you're going to take this one, put it through the next hole, wait, yeah, put that through this hole. So basically you're going through each hole both ways with both needles. So Basically, to make it simple, one side's going in this way, the other side's going through this way. So yeah. This is very awkward to do while trying to do it on the camera. But I'll figure out a better setup at some point and give you a better look at what I'm doing here. See, I'm kind of pulling tension. Oh, God. Oh, I am recording. Okay. Pulling tension with this one, pulling it back this way. That way, it's going through this way, and it's going to hold it to the side of the hole. Once I push this one through, it won't interfere with that. And then as I pull that one through, I go through the next hole. Cross her over. Keep your tension. Put it through. Yeah, so as you can see, we're getting some nice looking threading there. And I'm just going to continue to do this until it's done. It should take me about 20 minutes to finish this up all around, and then I'll show you the finishing part. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. All right, we've got it all stitched up, and one thing I do, probably should have showed you this, is whenever I get to the end here, I'll go back through the opposite direction. It's called back stitching, and yeah, I'll cut it off. There's a little tiny little nub left. I'll take my trusty lighter here. And this is one of my favorite parts because I really like fire. I'll just kind of slowly bring it towards this, and it melts it down, and then I smash it. And then, yeah, I'll do that on both sides. Okay, so it's all sewed up. I think we made the right decision with that cream colored thread. Now what I'm gonna do is, there's two ways you can do this. You can use a little squeezy thing, kind of squeeze everything down, pushes down your threads, makes them kind of align and all that stuff. Or what I find is more effective, honestly, is a hammer. Beat it all down. I'll kind of do it on both sides. All right, so it's stitched, but we're not done. We are not done. See these edges? They need to be shiny. They might be straight, but they're not shiny and not finished. What's going to happen is that, now I could very well leave these rough like this, and they will naturally burnish over time due to use. But before they do that, if any moisture gets in the end of that, it's not going to be good. It's going to discolor and just probably actually affect how the whole thing is put together. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do some more sanding. But I'm going to do... Okay, let's see. We're not going to do the rough stuff like we did before. We're going to go with like 500 grit. Feel which way you need to go. I'm just going to go that way. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand all these edges down again. You can kind of see it starting to like get almost a burnish on its own there. What I'm trying to do is get it smooth. I'm going to do all these edges with the with this 500. This part here, usually I don't go back and forth, but on this part the grain's going this way, this part of the grain goes that way, so I kind of have to. I find doing it with the hand is the best. We're going to be going from this 500 down to like a, finer grits, so we can get it really nice and smooth, and then I can shine these edges up really nice. Not only does it look better, it will help seal the edges of the leather, that way the moisture doesn't bother it. Okay, there's the out. Now, one day I'm going to organize my my little sandpapers here. This is probably like 800, 600 or 800 grit. That seems like that this isn't even as I thought it was, so we're gonna have to fix that. You can kind of see how the layers are separated there, and I want them all to be the same. Yeah, that's a little better. So yeah, that's sanding. We're gonna keep sanding till it's to my liking, and then I'll show you how to burnish. All right, so we are all sanded down to my liking. Now we're gonna do a little bit more edge beveling just to clean it up before we burnish. May not need it all everywhere because remember we did this before we sewed. But there are some little spots that need to be taken up, and this is a good way to clean it up. Alright, so all the edges are all nice and clean. Now what we're gonna do, oh, sorry, is more Japanese. It's called Tokonol. It's burnishing gum. It's got like waxes and acrylic resins and stuff in it. I don't want to get all chemistry with you, but you know. Anyway, so we're gonna do like I showed you before. Just gonna dot along here. Like it's kind of like lotion. You kind of want to rub it in. What I like to do is take like, this is 3000 grit sandpaper, and I'll just kind of run that along there, and it's got enough roughness to like kind of really get it into the fibers, you know. You can see it's already starting to kind of shine up a bit. I'll just do that until I feel like it's kind of gone. A lot of times you have enough on the edges to put on more, but we're gonna put more. And let me go get a cloth out of. Keep forgetting my burnishing cloth. All right, so we put a little bit more on there. Dab it, spread it out. I'll take a little burnisher here. Get a little more flattened out. Usually there's, again, enough on the sides to put more on the edge. And then I'll take this, this is just like a canvas cloth, and just rub it back and forth on here. You don't have to do it fast. It's actually not good to do it fast because it heats it up and it kind of changes the chemistry of it. And as you can see, maybe. That's a lot. It's all shined up. Ready to go. So we're going to do that same thing on all the sides. And I'll be back. And then we'll finish this thing up. Alright. I've got all the edges nice and shiny. So, if you remember, I glued everything up and I did go a bit past where this line is. So the glue's sticking further in this way than this on all the pockets. So what we can do, this is called a bone folder. It's made of bone. And I'll get in there with this little pointy part. Basically what I'm going to do is this will help separate that glue from where the stitching is. That way we can use all of our real estate inside there for the cards. And then there's another one like that. Okay. Then I'll just take cloth and kind of rub everything down real nice. And this is a piece that's, I mean, it's nice, but this is a kind of a quick, simple piece that will last a long time. But this is just for purposes of showing the basic steps to make a wallet. And yeah, so that bad baby's done. Give it its final little fold here. It's not going to stay folded, but once you use it a few times, it will stay folded. Lots of cards to throw in here. Okay. It's proof that cards fit in there. And yeah, that's a little 30-card wallet that will save you some space in your pocket. And it took me probably a total of 3 hours to make. But yeah, I'll try to make more of these in the future to show you guys how I make things, or if anybody's actually wants to learn, I can make some more in-depth how-tos on some of the certain steps I use. So anyways, yeah, follow me on Bruin_leather on Instagram, and that's where I sell my products. Thank you.